Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Cheryl. If you're new, welcome to the C Squad. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for joining me again. Today we are back with another vlog. Now this vlog is going to be a little bit different. Basically, what happened is I was running so behind time in the morning of this vlog that I didn't get to film an intro. And by the time I had time to actually film an intro, it just like didn't make sense anymore. And I didn't want the whole first 5 minutes of the video to just be B-roll. So I decided I was gonna enjoy my little vacation, spend time with my family, live in the moment, but just take as many clips of the places that we went as I could without having to worry about narrating, and that I would just film a voiceover when I got back. So comment down below if you like the style of vlogs and if you want to see more of them, or maybe you want a mixture of me narrating in the moment and then also doing voiceovers. I don't know, you guys will let me know. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more lifestyle content and vlogs. So the last weekend of October, my family and I went on a weekend trip to Manchester. My mom and my brother are huge fans of Man United and they really wanted to go to Manchester, see the stadium, and just kind of like have that whole experience. To be completely honest, I'm not really a fan of soccer, football, whatever you want to call it. I'm actually not really a fan of sports in general, so I wasn't interested in going, and I originally wasn't going to go. I was actually going to go down to Brighton for Halloween. I had picked out like my Halloween costume, I had booked my hotel, it was gonna be great, and then I had an injury, sprained my ankle, literally still cannot walk, wearing my ankle brace right now, so great time. So basically my family was like the backup plan, and so I was like, I don't want to be at home by myself the whole weekend, so let me go with them. So that is why I ended up going. But nonetheless, I was actually really interested in exploring Manchester, not so much the football stuff but just the city in general, because fun fact, in case you didn't know, I actually applied to University of Manchester when I was in matric and I got accepted, and obviously in the end I decided to go to Wits instead. But I was really interested to just visit, see the city, try and envision what my life would have been like if I'd studied in Manchester instead of Brighton. Speaking of UK universities, the January deadline for UCAS applications is approaching quickly, and I've been getting a lot of follow-up questions to my video on how to apply to UK universities. I have a whole 45-minute video. It goes really in depth, so you can definitely check that out if you have basic questions. But for those who need a little bit more assistance, I have recently learned about this company called UKEC, short for United Kingdom Education Center. They are an agency that offers free support to international students looking to study in the UK. They work with more than 130 UK universities, and their free package includes a consultation and assistance with submitting your application. They also offer accommodation support and visa application advice. This is such an amazing service that I wish I had known about when I was applying to university, because it was a little bit of a stressful process. And I mean, the best part is that it's free, so you really have nothing to lose. So if you're interested in signing up for the service, I have a Google form linked in my description down below where you guys can just fill out your details, and I will put you in direct contact with their amazing team. So be sure to check that out. So I woke up on Friday and did my usual morning routine. I got my cup of coffee, I did some packing before showering, and I got ready to go. In true Cheryl fashion, I started packing the morning of the trip. I don't know why I do this, just one of my little quirks. we headed out at around noon and stopped by Co-op where I got some mango chunks for breakfast. The journey from Brighton to Manchester is about a 5-hour drive. Some traffic along the way and got lost a few times, so it ended up taking 9 hours to reach our destination. So we arrived at the hotel at about 9:30, dropped off our bags, and went out to town to look for a restaurant and get some dinner. Of course, it was late at night, so most of the restaurants were closed. The only things that were open were pubs, of which they don't allow minors in after 9 p.m. So we couldn't go in because my brother was too young. So we ended up going back to the hotel where we were told that they weren't like serving food anymore. The kitchen was closed, but they did have 24-hour pizza, which was actually really good. Our first stop on Saturday was the National Football Museum. The museum was originally based in Preston, Lancashire, but was moved to Manchester in 2012. So the museum has 4 levels, and when you first walk into the ground level, you'll notice that the floor is actually made up of artificial grass, which is really cool because it kind of gives you the vibe that you're on a football pitch. This level is very fittingly called the Pitch Gallery. It has a photo exhibition of iconic players as well as an official replica of the Premier League trophy. You cannot touch it though, but you can take pictures with it. The first level is called the Match Gallery. It was really difficult to get footage in this area because it was so dark and the display lights were glitching with my camera, so unfortunately I really couldn't get much. They have a lot of memorabilia on this level, including the shirt worn by Maradona during his Hand of God goal, the ball used in the first World Cup final in 1930, and even a vuvuzela from the 2010 World Cup. The rest of my family was super interested in all of this. Like, they were stopping, they were reading, they were really fascinated. To be honest, I just wanted to get out of there. Like, I was low-key bored, but it did get a little bit more interesting as we walked through the Match Gallery. So as we kept walking, I came across these interactive screens where you could actually get information about most of the league clubs in the UK, and of course I had to look up the stats for my home team, Brighton and Hove Albion. They also had a match of the day commentary challenge, so you were given footage from a classic football game and you had to follow the audio cue and prompt. So I saw Aiden do it.
Oh, goodness me! What a strike from Cheryl! I told you, don't write the ball.
And I was like, no, I want to try this out as well. Like, it looked really cool.
3, 2, 1, it's over to you.
Thanks, Gary. Welcome to Edgar Street. It's 1-0 to Newcastle United playing in the red against Hereford United in white. And the state of the pitch is terrible. Let's get back to the action. This is George. This is George. Bradford. Bradford again. Oh, what a goal, what a goal. Ronnie Radford, the scorer. Time to head back to the studio. So Gary, how did I do?
Everyone has their own style. You certainly did.
Shade. Shady shade.
View your attempt in the space behind you in a minute.
I think I did pretty okay for somebody who doesn't watch sports and is actually like, I don't really sit and listen to the commentaries. I think I did pretty well. And then you actually go into another room where you can watch your clip back.
Hello, welcome to this special National Football Museum edition of Match of the Day. We've got a treat in store for you today, a classic match with a very special commentary. And this is who we had in the studio. Hello there. It was a commentary I'll never forget. Let's see what you
You can tell I don't care about sports.
Then on the next level, they have the play gallery. And when you first walk in, you see a whole display about all the World Cups from 1970 to present day. And they also have a bunch of interactive games that you can play. So one of the games you had to match the country with its crest, and the other one you had to match countries with their flags. And Aiden absolutely smashed both of the games and just got everything right. Now those games were free to play and were included in the price of the ticket, but they had a penalty shootout game which cost an extra £2. My brother ended up not doing it because the line was really long, and at that point we were kind of tired and just kind of wanted to wrap things up. So we went to the last level called the Score Gallery, which is really cool. They changed the exhibition every single year. This year it was the Hall of Fame, and I'm actually really glad that was the one we were there for because I found it super interesting. It showcased players and managers who have contributed to the game, whether it was breaking records, winning trophies, or paving the way for future generations. So some of their past exhibitions include the World of Football Gaming, which was in 2015. I'm sure my brother would have absolutely loved that. And also the 1966 World Cup exhibition in 2016. So one of the people whose story I found incredibly fascinating and interesting was a player called Justin Fashanu. Guys, I'm gonna butcher pronunciations. We're just gonna have to accept that, okay? I really encourage you to read about his life and his story because it was really fascinating and I had never heard of him. And with the Hall of Fame done, we took the elevator back down to the ground level, made our way back to the hotel, and got ready for our highly anticipated tour of Old Trafford. So we were staying pretty close to the Manchester United Stadium, but we ended up realizing that we were running so behind time that it just made more sense for us to get an Uber than to walk. We still ended up arriving late though. Our tour started at 3 o'clock, but I really don't think we missed much. We joined the rest of our tour group at the food court area. They gave us these really cool lanyards, which I absolutely love and I'm gonna keep forever. I literally don't know half the people on, let me not even say half. I actually only know one person on here. Oh wait, no, I know Fergie. I know 2 people on here.
We also got this cool device that gives you information about the different features of the stadium.
So from the food court, we made our way to what I think is the East Stand. Do not quote me on that, but I think it is. We took a bunch of photos. And our tour guide gave us some history about the pitch.
Put this system in 8 years ago. It cost us just short of £1 million, and it was made by a Belgian carpet company. Lots of other teams down the Premier League, City, Arsenal, Liverpool, they've all got the same system.
The next stop of the tour was the players' dressing room. It was so surreal. It low-key felt like we would walk in and find the players there. Unfortunately, we weren't that lucky. Since I couldn't take a photo with Jesse Lingard, I settled for taking a picture with his jersey instead. Coincidentally, the day we went for the stadium tour,
Man United was playing Tottenham Hotspur and they actually won that match 3-0. So I guess you could say we were good luck. I'm choosing to believe that we were sending good vibes, you know? So from the dressing room, we walked a short distance to the tunnel. They were playing Glory Glory Man United.
I had never heard the song before.
You can literally tell I'm not into sports.
It was derived from the American Civil War song, The Battle Hymn of the Republic. The word hallelujah in the chorus Glory, Glory, Hallelujah is replaced with the name of the team. Other teams in the league have also released official versions of the song, including Leeds United and Tottenham Hotspur.
So once again, our amazing tour guide gave us a brief description of the tunnel and all of the changes they've implemented in the last few years.
The main reason we use this tunnel now is because of events that happened at Hillsborough and the disaster that happened there. And after the Taylor report came out, the main thing that came out of that was we couldn't get enough emergency vehicles onto the pitch that day. So the Taylor report said that every Premier League club now has got to have access to the pitch. So that's what this tunnel is. The big red gates behind you, they open out fully. The seating we've got here, with the yellow around it, we evacuate that, and then that lifts up 25 feet to the level of that. The canopy, as you can see, is on wheels. We would undo that at the bottom, run the canopy straight out onto the pitch, and then we could get the emergency vehicles in. Hopefully, we never have to do that. Okay, let's go, don't forget your family and friends are there.
And my brother got to live out his dream of being a professional football player, emerging from the tunnel onto the pitch to the tune of whatever song. I actually don't know what song it is, but that was really cool to see and he really enjoyed it. So from the tunnel, we made our way to what I think is the Sir Bobby Charlton stand. So we actually got to sit in the dugout, which is where the managers and coaches get to sit. And we also got a chance to sit in the regular stands. Then we were taken to the press conference room, which was so lush. Like, that place was my whole aesthetic. I want to make the walls of my room grey now. Like, it was such a vibe. Our tour guide shared some funny stories from previous press conferences.
So you can imagine that there's probably been some really tough press conferences here, you know, especially recently.
Including Sir Alex Ferguson's press conference after the 2013 Champions League.
Going back to Alex's last season here, he refused to come in here in his last season. Mick Phelan used to come in, but he was obliged to come in after European games, Champions League games. And his last Champions League game here was against Real Madrid. You know, if you remember it, a certain Ronaldo was playing that night, scored the winner for Real Madrid. But another Portuguese player, do you remember Nani? Yeah. He got sent off, didn't he, for like a kung fu kick. Yeah. Turkish referee, hopeless he was. And Fergie was absolutely livid and refused to come in and sit here and do the post press conference. And he got fined €10,000. He was later asked, Alex, why didn't you just go in? You could have saved yourself €10,000. He said, son, had I gone in there, it'd have cost me more than 10,000.
And he also did a reenactment of who I believe was Jose Mourinho, who clearly did not want to be at that particular press conference.
Any questions? No? Okay, thank you.
And our last stop on the tour was the Mega Store, where they sell a whole bunch of merch. They sell t-shirts, key rings, beanies, scarves, kit, everything like you can think of in life.
It was absolutely massive. Like, Ronaldo had a whole section just for himself. It was insane.
After we bought our merch, we went back to the hotel. I did a quick little haul. My brother got this really cool gray hoodie, which I actually wanted, but the only other color they had was green, and I was kind of trying to go for a more neutral vibe. My mom got a beanie and a key ring, and then I got this shirt that I'm wearing right now, which was actually such a hassle to get because everyone in my family was like, Cheryl, don't get that. Like, you can't even tell that it's from Man United. And I was like, that's the point. I want to be able to wear this without feeling like I am a poster for Manchester United.
After the longest day ever, I was ready to rest my ankle and take a nap before dinner. This night, we decided to have dinner at the hotel. Their restaurant had a nice vibe and menu, and all in all, it was a really good night. The next day, it was time for us to leave, so I got ready, packed my bags, and we made the long journey back home. Before that, we stopped by the mega store at the stadium once again so that my brother could swap the size of his hoodie. And then we stopped by McDonald's for breakfast. I also got a mint frostino from Costa, which I've been obsessed with ever since. Luckily, it did not take 9 hours to get to our destination this time.
So that was my trip to Manchester. All in all, I actually had a really good time. I won't lie, I have a newfound appreciation for football. I think in the moment, I was just like, eh. But after like looking back on it and looking through my footage and reading up on certain things, I'm now really intrigued by it. And surprisingly, I would definitely go back. It is a long 5-hour ride, but I actually found out that they do legend tours at the stadium. So you actually get to tour the facilities with like an iconic player, and my mom and I have agreed that if someone like Rio Ferdinand was to do a tour, we will definitely be going back and doing that. It is a little bit on the expensive side. I think tickets are about £140. I feel like it would be a really cool experience and so worth it. So the highlights of the trip for me were definitely the Hall of Fame exhibition at the museum, the press conference room, and the dressing rooms at the stadium. We actually didn't get a chance to do the Manchester United Museum, but I'm keen to do that if we ever go back. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and a big shout out to Tandakila for watching the last video. I am so sorry if I butchered your name. Don't forget to check out UKEC and their free service. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to join the C Squad, and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos. I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!